talking about what course I decided to study and how I got into University of British Columbia, UBC in short, which is a premier institute in Canada. So I'm working as a senior project manager in a software MNC located in Calcutta. Now I'm close to 10 years working in this company. So, as you all must be knowing, from 2020 onwards, there is a COVID-induced work from home for majority of the people in the software industry. So I also got lucky, and worked for close to 2 years till this 2022 June July. So I had a lot of time, in my hand to think about life and how I am progressing in my career and what are the things which I can do constructively to further enhance my career opportunities. I'm somebody who strongly believes in lifelong learning. So during this COVID-induced period, I kept on thinking what I can do to further enhance my skill set, which will future-proof my career. So, as you must be knowing, some of the things which are the latest trends and hot and happening are artificial intelligence and machine learning. So, I was very curious to know more about AI ML. So, I thought of learning something related to this. So the two options available were either data science or business analytics. Now the next decision I had to make was whether to go for the online mode or to study full time in a university or college by leaving your job. Now in online mode there are various options again. So you can go to Udemy, Coursera or IITs, IIMs. Most of these are having focused analytics related courses. The challenge is all these courses you will learn and enhance your skills, but they will not help you to land a new job if you are not already working in a related industry. So I'm somebody which working as a senior project manager with a network security and cyber security background. So with my skill set and work experience, it would have become very difficult for me to get into the analytics domain only by doing a good course in analytics online. So the next option was if I can go for a full-time degree. The risk or the calculated risk here was that if I go for a full-time course at this age, I am 44 years plus, whether I will be able to land a suitable job in that thing. I did a lot of analysis to get into analytics and finally thought it's worth taking a risk. So why not just first give it a try? If I get some offers, letter of acceptance as they say, then I will take a decision from there whether to again go ahead with that or not. So before starting in all these things, you need family support. So I definitely discussed with my wife about my intentions. Like I want to go back to college to learn something totally new, and she was a bit hesitant at the beginning, but she knew me as a person for a long period, and she knew how hungry I am about learning new things. So ultimately she agreed to my wish to learn analytics, and once I have my wife's backing, that she was in the same boat with me, it became much more easier for me to go about it. Now the next thing that I had to plan was where to study. So again, you can think of different opportunities or options available. Europe, we can go, or to Canada or to US. Now, I evaluated all these options. What I saw was that in Europe, the cost of study would be cheaper compared even to US or Canada. The challenge was there is no clear path of getting a work permit once you finish your studies. So it's very hazy as to nothing is defined, nothing is concrete as such as to how much duration of the work permit you will get once you finish your studies. US, the challenge was the fund or the money which you need to invest. So most of the courses that I evaluated there were required typical investment of 50 lakh or more. Canada was a little cheaper, so most of the top or premium universities are charging something in the range of 30 to 40 lakh in Indian currencies once it is converted from Canadian dollar. So the other advantage of Canada was obviously that there was a clear postgraduate work permit path available. So once you complete your study based on the duration of study, for concrete this much of duration of work permit you will get, and then it's up to you to use that work permit to land a job and accordingly go about collecting your work experience in a relevant job. So that prompted me to narrow down my search to Canada as the destination for doing my studies in business analytics. So once I had this initial, research done, the next steps of the research was how do I identify what are the university or colleges. So I was very clear that I am going to study from a university because anyway I am taking a huge risk at this age. So better it should be worth it. So I should be going into some top university, else it's better to continue with my current job. So I researched to the different universities and identified 6-7 universities. 3 of them in the top notch, like the top 3 universities in Canada, and to manage that expectation or to de-risk a little bit. The other 3-4 that I chose, those are in the top 100 or top 150 in Canada as such, just to know that whether I am able to get into some of them or not. So in total I applied to 6 to 7 universities. The top 3 that I applied to were Rotman School of Management in University of Toronto. They have a MMS course, Master in Management Analytics. Then I applied to McGill University, and number 3 ranked university, University of British Columbia. I applied to Master of Business Analytics in UBC. These are the top 3 universities in Canada where I applied. And then 3-4 lower ranked, one of them being HEC Montreal, one other was University of Victoria, a couple more, I'm forgetting the names. So after I applied to all of these, University of Toronto and McGill University, they emailed me and told upfront that sorry, we will not be able to consider your profile because of your age. So they were very clear that their recruiters who come to their campus, they look for freshers, and they are generally placed in very entry-level roles. So they were not sure whether they will be able to, place me during the campus placement. Additionally, how do I fit into that cohort? Most of them will be in the 20 to 25 years old category. So I was fine with it because at the beginning they made this clear. So I need not invest more time preparing for that. So only University of British Columbia UBC remained as a top university for me, and the other slightly lower ranked. So I went ahead and applied to all of these. By the way, so majority of them you need to apply by submitting either GRE or GMAT. I went ahead and chose GRE. Again, it's up to you which one you want to choose. I had my preference. Again, it will be a separate video on how to prepare for GRE and why I chose GRE as such. So in my first GRE that I took, I scored 320, which was just the cutoff that was required for University of British Columbia. I thought it was not up to the mark to give me some chance at cracking or getting into UBC. So I sat for the GRE again after 1 month, and this time I improved my score from 320 to 326, which was a much better score. So the total score in GRE, as most of you may be knowing, is 340. So I scored second time 326 out of 340, which was a decent enough score. And in addition to that, most of the universities that you are getting into, you need to have some examination to evaluate your English proficiency. So either TOEFL or IELTS academic. So I went for IELTS. So I went for IELTS academic, which was required in one of the university, and again I went for TOEFL, which was required in some other university. So TOEFL again I had a good score. I think it was 112 or 114. And in IELTS also I scored a band of 8, which is a good score again. So all this I did not take any coaching, so prepared on my own. There will be separate videos for this. In addition to that, you need letter of recommendation from your superiors in job, and some letters of recommendation from previously the university where you have studied. And then in some of the university you need to have submit a education credential assessment, which can be done through WES or through IQS, and other agencies are also involved. For UBC, it was not required for education credential assessment. It was more a requirement that the university need to send in a sealed envelope your marks directly to UBC. That I complied with. For UBC, the other requirements were video essay, where a 2 minute to 3 minutes video you have to explain what you bring to the table, why you should be allowed to join UBC. Then there was a statement of purpose explaining about why you want to join UBC, and there was another essay on number crunching. So you have to write about some real world scenarios where you have dealt with numbers and how you resolved that particular number issue by showing your analytic skills. And overall, your career marks definitely matters. You should have a good percentage throughout your career. Then there is obviously the interview round. So there are multiple criteria, and you have to clear all these successfully to be able to land the letter of acceptance. Luckily for me, I got into Master of Business Analytics in UBC, and I had also offer from 2 more university lower rank. So obviously I chose UBC rather than those 2, and my course will start on August 29th. So I'm going to Canada on 6th of August, and I need to go there and search for accommodation, and then I need to settle down and start my studies. I'm super excited for the next 1 year when I will be learning more about the analytics domain. The knowledge that I will be learning, and the excitement is more about what I will be learning. So modeling is one part. I love programming more so from Python, and then there is this maths and statistics, two of my favorite subjects, both in school and colleges. So I'm looking forward to interacting or dabbling with all of these, and adding more skill set to my resume, and hopefully the future looks bright and exciting. I'll keep you posted. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and keep posting your comments. I'll try to answer your doubts, and email me if required. More in the coming videos. Thank you.